Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, back for another extra video for Let's Play Path of Radiance. This is going to be the final video, so only 2 extra videos. Not going to be any more than this. So today I'm actually going to go over weapon forging. Now, if we go over here, I have a list of weapons right here. And if you hit the Y button on the GameCube controller, you can actually see the different properties of each sword. Let's see, for an iron sword, it's ranking E, so basically anybody who can use swords can use it. It has an MT, which is attack power of 5. It hits percentage is 90. I believe that's added on with a unit skill as well. Let's see, there's critical hit, which it doesn't have any critical boost to it. Its weight is 7, and its range is 1. Now, if we look at the steel sword, you can see there are a few differences as well. It has 3 more attack power. Its hit percentage decreases by 15. Still have the same critical rate. And then there's also the weight gets increased by 5, so that means it's a heavier weapon, and not many low speed characters should be able to double with it. And it's also a D rank sword as well. Now, if we jump up to the silver weapon, we have a silver sword. It's an A rank sword. Its attack power is 5 more than a steel sword. Its hit percentage is actually 5 more than a steel sword, ironically. Its weight is actually 1 less. And, wow, it's just a very powerful sword. It's a lot better than the steel sword. Silver weapons are really broken in this game, in my opinion. And then if we go up to the silver blade, which I believe is the best in terms of damage sword in the game, not counting the Ragnell and the Amity. As you can see, it can do more damage than the silver sword. The hit percentage gets really low, only 60%. Its weight gets even higher, and its range is only 1. Well, it's always 1, I guess. But, yeah, it's a lot heavier than the other swords. It does more damage, and it's also a lot less accurate. Now, if we go to the Veikati, it's a bit of a special sword. As you can see, it has a 35% critical boost to it. It's also lighter than the other swords. Its MT is 12, not as strong as the silver and the silver sword and silver blade. But, since it has a 35 critical rating, it will usually critical more than the silver blade would. And yeah, it's also an S-rank sword, and only very few people can use it, since you need to actually be at S-rank in swords. So, with all these stats taken into consideration, let's actually try to forge a weapon. Let's go to Shop, let's go to Forge, and yeah, let's start forging. Let's forge a sword first. Let's do a silver sword. Yes. Now, as you can see, we can actually increase some of these stats. And we can also decrease some of the stats as well. So, let's make the attack power as high as it will go. Let's make hit percentage 100. Critical rate, let's go, and 9's okay, I guess. And weight, let's make the weight lower. So right there, we have a very powerful sword. It's also very accurate, can critical, and it also has a low weight, so we should be able to double with it most of the time. Now, I think if we increase the weight... No, we can't, never mind. Let's get that back down to 6. It'll cost you a lot of money to forge a weapon, though. And yes, you can also change the weapon name. Let's see, let's name it... Delete. Select. I don't know if it'll work. I think it might be actually too many spaces. Yeah, let's just name it SlimKirby. That'll work. So there, we have the SlimKirby sword. You can also change the color if you want. I like blue. And let's just give it to Ike. So there, we made our first weapon forge. Next, let's go to Nephany. Let's give the spear away. And let's do a little weapon forge. Oh wait, I can't do it. You can only visit the forge one time. Ah, dang it. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just reset the game really quickly. So yeah, keep that in mind as well. You can only visit the weapon forger once per chapter. I didn't realize that because I think, as I mentioned in another video, I never do weapon forging. So this is a whole new experience for me. So let's go to outfits. Let's get Nephany. Get rid of that spear. And let's forge a weapon with her. Now you can actually forge any weapon, even a tome. You can't forge any staves, though, for obvious reasons. That wouldn't make any sense. Let's just do a silver lance. Let's see, attack power at its best. Hit percentage at its best. Weight at its lowest. And critical at its highest. And, yep. Change the weapon name, sure thing. We're going to change it. Delete. Come on, okay. Let's just go ahead and change it here. Delete. And let's name it. I wanted to name it the Reckoner, because I reckon she'll do good with that weapon. Yeah, let's change. Oh, we didn't change the color. Wait, let's change the color. Let's see. Since Nephany is wearing a blue suit for the most part, or well, her hair's green, so let's make it green. And there she does it. She has the Reckoner. It's a weapon to be reckoned with. A weapon to be reckoned with. So, there we have it. That's the tutorial on weapon forging. Now, as you know, I went for the silver weapons every time. That may not always be the best way, because you can also use throw weapons, you can also use just like steel weapons, or maybe even like slim weapons. But keep in mind that every weapon has its limit as far as you can increase it goes. So yeah, just make sure you keep that in mind when you're creating a weapon. Just check all the weapons you can, see if you can get some advantages out of other weapons than other ones, and see if you can create the best weapon. I think I went for the powerhouse weapons for everybody. As you know, even though the powerhouse weapons are pretty powerful, they have their limits as far as weight and critical rate are concerned. Now, if you went for a slim lance or a slim sword or something, you could have an even higher critical rate, because keep in mind that there's already a critical rate attached to the slim weapon, so you could have a weapon that's very powerful in terms of dealing critical hits, but maybe not so much damage. So there is a definite way to take advantage of every weapon you could make in this game through the weapon forging. You could even make exact replicas of different weapons. You could make maybe just like a silver lance, and then just just have the extra silver lance. But yeah, that's about it for weapon forging. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the project. This is SlimKirby. See you guys later, but I am done with Path of Radiance. Later, guys. Okay, there is one more thing I want to mention about weapon forging before I close this video out. As you know, some weapons have a different amount of uses. I believe iron weapons have 45 uses, steel have 35 uses, silver have 25 uses. So when you're forging a weapon and you pick, like, I don't know, I guess a steel sword, that forged weapon will have 35 uses. So what you could do is you could take like a steel weapon and model it after a silver weapon, or even make it even more powerful than that. So you could technically take advantage of the weapon uses and create a more powerful version of a greater weapon, but still have more uses. A lot of different things you can do with forging. Just thought I'd bring that last fact to your attention before I signed out. Later, guys.